Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone.
We are from group 7.
In this video, we're gonna talk about nonverbal communication. Let's check it out. Now, we're gonna talk about nonverbal communication. But before we discuss about nonverbal communication, we must know what is communication. Communication is the sharing of information and idea between individuals or group and can be understood by each other. And communication is divided into two parts, verbal communication and non-verbal communication. What is the difference of verbal communication and non-verbal communication? Nah, verbal communication is a communication using a words, while non-verbal communication is a communication without using words. Okay, back to the main discussion. We will discuss about non-verbal communication. Nah, non-verbal communication is divided into two parts, body language and paralanguage. First, we will discuss about body language. Nah, body language is a crucial component that consists of three parts, namely eye contact, facial expression, and gesture. First, eye contact. Eye contact gives an information through eye movement. The second is facial expression. Facial expression show how people feel you about something, which conveying emotions such as happiness, sadness, surprise, and disagreement. The third is gesture, which hands or heads used to convey a message.
The second part, paralanguage. So paralanguage is also a crucial component of non-verbal communication. Paralanguage divided into three elements. There is volume, and then intonation, and the third one is pitch. So we are going to talk about the volume first. Volume refers to loudness or softness of a voice of person. It can convey emotion, emphasis, even the level confidence of the speaker. For example, a raised volume, it might be expressed like a situation of angry or excitement and etc. Meanwhile, a lower volume, it can might express like sadness or calmness. The second is intonation. Intonation involves uh, the variation in pitch or also tone or within spoken language. It includes like melody or rhythm in speech. Intonation can also influencing the overall meaning and also the emotional tone of a message. Last, pitch. Pitch refers to the highness or lowness of a person's voice. Actually, pitch and volume is kind of similar, but the both of them have differences. The volume express or refers to the loudness or softness of voice that we are produce. Meanwhile, pitch it can be also said like as word stress.
왜? 왜 성불해요? 왜 성불하냐고!
누나 좋아하니까.
어디가? 어디가 좋아?
예쁘고
싫어요?
똑똑하고.
In the scenes, there are several forms of nonverbal communication if we can pay our close attention. In the scene, we can easily know that the girl who is approaching the man expresses her sadness by crying, and vice versa. It seems that the man is even confused from the look on his face, as if asking about what has happened. Of course, such a facial expression can be classified as nonverbal communication. Furthermore, in the scene we can find out an overflow or disclosure of emotions from the girl to the man in front of her. It can be characterized by the volume of the girl's speech, which is very loud, while saying, "Why does it have to be Sumbora?" From the girl's question sentence, we can also know an intonation and pitch that has pressure in it, which expresses a situation where the girl is trying to convey something from the man. She is very curious about the man's answer. And the last point is about how the position of the girl stands facing the man, as if challenging and without fear. It is part of nonverbal communication in the form of gesture.
And then from the wedding scene, and there is a couple, then we see that the bride makes eye contact with a middle-aged man who is the father of the woman. The bride realizes something that makes her feel moved and sad, where she see her father wearing shoes that are too big for his feet. The bride expression is included in the facial expression section, and then the father who realized that his daughter was crying while looking at him. The father then looked at his daughter's eyes with affection, as if his eyes could speak, and said that he had no problem wearing shoes that were too big for his feet, but the father was very grateful for this shoes given by the child. We can see from the scene, like the father say, "It's okay, I like this shoes from you."